Welcome to the Recharge Podcast, where we discuss everything life behaviors, experiences, decisions, and outcomes. Join us every Wednesday for different topics of discussion in everyday living and how to be a better you. Now, here is your host, Daryl, aka Quiet One.
Welcome to the Recharge. Yes. Welcome to the Recharge, where we talk about various topics we encounter in our daily living. Recharging you to think, act, and decide how to be a better you. We talk, you listen, you decide. Today, we're going to talk about purpose. Purpose. Most of us ask ourselves these questions. We ask ourselves, what am I here for? Why am I here? What is my purpose? What am I doing with my life? We still don't have the answer. And yet we still don't know or understand what it is we should be doing. This is what I believe. I believe we are here to enrich humanity by all of our life's experiences, making us more humane towards each other. So today, our topic and title, Acknowledging Your Purpose. Acknowledging your purpose. So how do you know if you are in line with your purpose? As some would say, maybe your calling, right? What's my calling? What I'll tell you is this. You must discern your purpose. You must discern your purpose. You do this by understanding your life story or stories and your crucibles. You say, what are crucibles? For those who don't know what crucibles are, Webster's Dictionary defines crucibles as a place or situation in which concentrated forces interact to cause or influence change or develop. Or you can say this, a severe test in your life. Crucibles can bring despair, grief, anger, and doubt. Crucibles can come very early in your life, or it can happen in an instant, unexpectedly. So in the midst of crucibles, you can feel a lot of pain and suffering. So you go through a lot of pain and suffering in the midst of crucibles. So I'm going to share with you a few of my crucibles. I have 3 big ones to name. These 3 crucibles were my driving force for my purpose. They gave me my fuel that I needed. So number 1 was not having a father figure. It's a big one. You know, everybody wants to have a father and a mother, to say the least. Number 2, losing my mother. That's even bigger to me, losing my mother, because she is the one that grounded me. And number 3, growing up in poverty. So the first crucible, my father was absent. So what happens when a father is present, though? When a father is there, involved, and connecting? Well, an involved father promotes strength and growth. When fathers in general are loving, basically loving and caring, it greatly affects a child's reasoning and communal development. For me, I had no clue what love and care meant or love and caring for someone meant. I had failed at this miserably as a young man because I didn't know. I cried many nights, fell into depression and loneliness, and didn't know what to do. So I did join the military at that time. And the military kind of gave me some guide. But I used the energy of not having a father to give me what I needed to help others, to give what I didn't have, and that was love and care. I also learned from observing other fathers and grew in my spirituality to make up for what I didn't have. I turned and grounded myself spiritually. The second crucible, when my mom passed, I really didn't know what to think of my life. I thought, man, wow, that's my mom. Because my mom was my guiding force. Because I didn't have a father, and she was my ground for me. All I knew is that she was proud and wanted to be she wanted the very best for me. And so by her, wanting the very best for me, man, that really touched me, but also it left a hole in my heart. Because, my mom's life, she's full of worries, and the worries choked her. And I knew I wanted to make her even prouder because I wanted to reflect the life she wanted for me. I wanted to reflect that. The third crucible in my life was growing up in poverty. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then because I didn't know I was poor until other kids teased me about it. And kids can be very mean. So as a young boy with 11 siblings, I grew up wearing my brother's hand-me-downs. I wore the shirts, pants, and even shoes. Some were big on me because I had to grow into it. And I had shoes. I remember these shoes I had that were wore down to where you could see holes at the bottoms. And when it rained, my feet got wet. I can laugh about it now, but looking back, man, I'm no longer in that place anymore. And God has blessed me even more so. I also lived in a dilapidated house. I mean, this house, I mean, to me, if a good wind would hit it, it could fall down. And it was just so embarrassing to bring anybody over to the house because of how it was. And you're talking about 11 siblings living in, I think we had maybe a 3 or 4 bedroom house. Yeah, 4 bedroom house. But 11 siblings living in that house. And, I would get teased at times from other kids from school. And man, just living with that shame, I realized that I wanted more for my life. But I just didn't know how to get it. I just didn't know how to get there. I just didn't know how to get what I needed for me. Because I didn't have that father figure, like I said. My mom was doing the best she knew how. And we were just trying to live. So being poor shaped my perspective about money and how to make things better for my life. It was tough, very tough. So these were some of the things these are some of my crucibles, basically, and in my life. So I'm sure you can think of some crucibles in your own life, that helped shape you, who you are today. And I didn't allow my crucibles, though, to leave me in a victim mentality, because a lot of times we can get a victim mentality that, oh man, woe is me, and it's not the case. I allowed my crucibles to motivate me to think of others, to be compassionate about what I was doing, and to invite others into my life, because I can't live a purpose-filled life on my own. Because after all, it's about helping others, right? In my life's experiences, though, my life experiences have been my compass to guiding my purpose. Take me left to right, north and south, east and west, whatever. But it guided me in my life. I know my purpose is to help others, because what happens when we help others, it makes our world better. It makes us a better world. And so I remember this Bible verse from Mark chapter 8, verse 36, I think it is. And it says, "What good is it for someone to gain the whole world and yet forfeit their very soul?" That's pretty deep. We know life is not fair, that it isn't. But it doesn't mean we can't be improved. It doesn't mean we can't improve ourselves and be our best versions of ourselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some practicals to help you transform into your purpose. These are some practicals that help me. Make your focus about others, number one. We instead of I. Think of others more than yourself. Really, we should want to serve people. We should want to be there for people. If you see a need at home or at work, wherever it may be, step up to the plate, and be that volunteer. So I know a lot of times when you're asked at work to volunteer for something, what happens to most people? They shy away from it and they run away from it. But you should want to serve. So I challenge you to want to serve. Number 2, let your passion drive your purpose. It makes you more effective when you let your passion drive your purpose. For me, my podcast, I saw a vision. I wanted to help people to become more through motivation, guidance, and coaching. I wanted people to thrive with their lives, and I had the vision. And so I stayed disciplined and stayed on course with the vision, and I stayed committed to my cause of making something happen. And then I stayed connected to my vision, because that's what I knew what I wanted. And you have to do the same thing. And it's not just in podcasting for me, also for coaching. And there's other things I know probably in your life that you're passionate about. Number 3, build a network/community of support. Stay connected. Find people who are knowledgeable and trustworthy. People who are going places. People who are for you, not against you. People, I'm going to say this again, people who are for you, not against you. And I will tell you this, seek lots of advice. You can't go wrong by seeking advice. Seek lots of it. And now,
it's time for Call to Action. This is where you decide on the takeaways from the message.
Yes, yes, yes. What are you going to take away from this message? What do you think about your own purpose? We know life happens to all of us, and it doesn't stop. And neither should you. You should continue your journey, continue with your vision. You must believe in yourself and acknowledge your purpose. Have the courage and strength to endure because someone needs your encouragement. Someone needs you. Like always, we hope you would take this podcast message further by sharing it with others. And if you like what you hear, I'm going to tell you this. Please click and subscribe to stay connected and receive updated episodes. So my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I say to you, until next time, stay charged up and stay in peace.
You've been listening to the Recharge Podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes or YouTube to get new, fresh weekly episodes. For more, please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or visit our website at therecharge.net. Until next time, we talk, you listen, you decide.